So right now, I know a big area of your practice and a big area that's affecting a lot of people are issues regarding residency and New York State and New York City taxes. So if you could just tell us a bit about residency, what it is, who's affected by it, who should be concerned about the residency affecting New York residents.
It's the perfect weekend. Everyone's heading out to the Hamptons. How many people have houses out in the Hamptons and they don't realize that there might be a hidden tax cost to owning that house? Residency rules affect people that have more than one home. So let's say you live in New York and you have a house in Florida. Or you have an apartment, you live on Long Island, you have an apartment in New York City, and you work in New York City. Or you have a house in the Hamptons, and you perhaps live in New Jersey and Connecticut, and again work in New York City. So if you have more than one home, New York State or New York City may say, we think you owe taxes here. And again, that's very relevant. Seeing the latest cases, people think, oh, it's only a vacation home, or it's only an apartment in the city for my daughter. And it really doesn't affect me. And yes, it does. There's a hidden cost.
So I guess it's people kind of sitting back. They're not thinking so much about that. So who's alerting them to the fact that now they have a residency issues? Who's coming after them?
New York State and New York City. You'd be surprised the expense involved and the cost involved. So if you live in New Jersey or you live in Connecticut and you work in the city and you have this house in the Hamptons that maybe your parents use over the summer or you use it for weekends, and all of a sudden, New York State says you owe taxes here. A recent case, the gentleman ended up owing over $1 million in tax, and he barely used that place out in the Hamptons. He only used it 16 days a year, and it didn't matter that he called it a vacation home. It was suitable for year-round living, and his in-laws actually used it, and it was enough to send the case back for penalties. So in addition to the taxes, he owed interest and penalties.